Well, I am back live with you on CentralValley.com, Voice of the Valley with Kathy Wilcox, and it's been 2 weeks, and in some ways it seems like 5 minutes, in other ways it seems like 3 months since I've been here. So if I'm a little rusty, just bear with me. I'm sure I'll get back into the swing of things. We've got a new year. We had Christmas. Katie and Russell broke up. I mean, it's just been a plethora of news, and we could talk about that. But we have far more important things to talk about in the beginning of the show, because one of the things that is seriously very important to me is animals, and decreasing the amount of animals that are destroyed because people do not take the time to care for their animals and get them spayed and neutered. And I'm so happy to have on my show today Katie. Is it Dezso?
Dezso, yes.
Dezso, okay. Mm-hmm. And Katie, and I also have Rosie Davenport, and they are both from the, I want to get the name of the Valley Animal Center and local no-kill shelter for dogs and cats. So I want to welcome both of you to Voice of the Valley, and thank you so much for being here, because obviously this is near and dear to your heart as well, or you would not be spending the time, probably for not any money, or
well, it's a non-profit world.
Yeah, I know, but bless you. You're truly doing God's work, and I just want to thank you for coming. And I want to be sure to get their titles correct. Rosie Davenport is in charge of community relations and is the coordinator for the shelter, and then Katie is in charge of education and outreach. And they have sent some excellent questions. Just briefly from both of you, what got you started in this, and what made you so passionate about animals in the Valley?
Well, I started off very young, probably when I was about 10 years old. I wanted to be a dolphin trainer, and of course that turns into, more realistic things like being a veterinarian,
right.
or, and I always connected with animals at a young age, didn't have a lot of friends. I was more, animals were my friends, and so it kind of just drifted on, and interviews led me to cross paths with Valley Animal Center, and here I am.
Excellent. Thank you. And Rosie?
And I, like Katie, I have always been an animal lover. I've always had dogs, cats, horses. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be a vet from a very early age until I figured out the qualifications you need.
Yeah. That kind of stopped me too.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a while to get through.
Yeah.
So I when I went to college, I had this idea in the back of my head that I really wanted to work in the for-profit world. I did that for a year out of college. Hated it. I came back home. This is where I'm from, and I found this wonderful job. I've been searching for a way to kind of fuse my love of animals with a career, and I have been so lucky. I mean, it has just been the most fantastic opportunity. Now, I've only been there for about 5 months now, so I'm a newbie.
Okay.
But I absolutely love my job. It's a wonderful platform from which to help animals.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you both get a lot of fulfillment just, working with animals every day.
Yeah, and definitely doing work locally too, because in other areas of California, this movement has already started. Bay Area, Southern California, very well funded, but there's so much education and awareness that's missing in the Valley. So, it's really good to just be there on the forefront, making the change happen. So
absolutely. We're going to talk about some of the changes that really need to be going on in the Valley, as well as different programs and things that are going to be coming up. And I'm going to do my best. I would love to come and volunteer with you, because I think it's high time that, I've got my dog and my cat at home, and I love them. They're totally spoiled, but, I need to really spread the wealth around a little bit. I'm sure you could always use an extra pair of hands.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
All right. The first thing, let's talk about pet overpopulation. This is one of the things when I see a dog running along the highway, or I see just little kitties, trying to find their way. I mean, it just breaks my heart. Yeah. And if I had the room and the money, I would bring them all home with me.
Right.
But you are a no-kill shelter.
Yes.
Correct? Very important to me. What can we do here in the Valley to help stop the overpopulation? What do we need to do?
Well, there's several aspects to how it can improve. First of all, obviously become more aware. Gain an understanding of what is going on. Something that happens here in the Valley a lot is people tend to feel out of sight, out of mind sort of aspect. And if you can just gather knowledge and promote the message of shelters and, advocate on behalf of animals, that's one thing. Also, in your personal life, have your pet spayed and neutered, adopt from a shelter. When you take an animal home from a shelter, make sure it's a lifelong commitment and that you're, doing what you need to do for that animal. But spaying and neutering in the Valley is probably the number one thing that would definitely help eliminate the pet overpopulation crisis.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the appropriate ages to do that. I know they can never be too old, right? I mean, if you find a
Right.
stray, they can be spayed or neutered.
Yes.
Okay, and then what is the youngest?
The
that they can-
youngest that we do at our shelter is 2 months, 2 pounds. Now that's
Okay.
for cats and
Okay.
kittens. For dogs, we recommend them to be right around 12 weeks of age, which is 3 months old.
Right.
But always the earlier the better, because not only is it helping to prevent a litter from happening, but it's also healthier for your pet. The earlier you get them spayed and neutered, the better, because there are certain hormones that aren't taking over. Your male cat will be less likely to mark. Your female cat will be less likely to go in heat. Dogs will be less likely to run away. All of those kinds of things. So,
All good things.
And I just wanted to point out, this is something that I found really interesting when I started at the Valley Animal Center. We have a low-cost spay, neuter, and vaccination clinic on site. That was actually started with the Bob Barker Foundation. So,
Yay to Bob Barker. I'm serious.
No,
He has
absolutely.
done,
I mean,
he's a lifelong
make
supporter.
sure to
Spay and neuter your
Yes,
pets
exactly.
at the end of every
At the end
show.
of every
he
show.
said that.
And something I found really interesting, just as I've learned more and more about what we do, is that was something that we actually pioneered. The early ages, the 2 months. Being able to get your cat spayed or neutered at 2 months. That was brand new. That was before that. It was 6 months.
Yes.
So we were actually pioneering those things, which I think goes hand in hand with having such, an issue here in the Central Valley. It's wonderful that we were able to, avoid early litters,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
B, we get the animals out of the shelters earlier, because an animal can't leave a shelter until they've been spayed or neutered.
Right.
Yes.
So how wonderful is that? That
Yes.
now you can have a pet at 2 months and get it
Right.
out of the shelter and bring in more animals, and we have more room. So
Right, right.
that's another way that we're helping to stop the use of euthanasia.
Yeah.
I never like that word. There's no nice way to say it. I mean, people, when you get a pet, okay, this might be over dramatic, but I would consider it like a child. I mean, it is a commitment.
Absolutely.
It's a lifetime commitment.
You have
absolutely.
to think. You have to really think about your lifestyle, how much room you have. Is this animal going to have enough space to, run and play? And do you have the time commitment for it and the funds? Because pets get sick.
Yeah.
And they need care. And,
Yes.
they need food and shelter and everything. And
Right.
And you need to research your pets as well, because
Yeah.
every pet has different needs. I mean, I know you can think say German Shepherds are a
Right.
beautiful breed, but they have a lot of requirements. They are difficult to train. They're not just a beautiful animal,
and they're
so-
huge.
Exactly. So you need to really do your research before you look into what animal you want to bring home, I think.
Yes.
And before we go on, this is just the latest pet peeve of mine. These little teeny tiny dogs that the stars put in their purses, and they think
Yep.
they look really
Pocket
chic, and they're
pets.
pocket pets. And so everybody, we have to get a pocket pet. And then, after the first week, the novelty wears off, and this dog is yipping and yapping, and they need food, and I don't have time for it, and it's the novelties.
Yeah.
People. I mean, how aggravating is that? Is that to you? I mean, it's aggravating to me. You see it all the time.
It is really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's motivation.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
It's motivation
To get out there
to
and
go out there and continue doing
Get
what
the
we're
message
doing.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would say, we're in a really happy end in that we see these animals that we take in from animal control, because we do get most of our animals from animal control.
Yes.
We see them find their second and mainly forever homes. So
Yes.
they come from that sad background, and these wonderful families come in, and they are able to take this animal home. So we see the happy ending, which
Yeah, yes,
is
yes,
a
yes.
wonderful way to put it as well.
that is a very happy ending to
Yeah.
what could be a very, very sad story. All right. You have educational outreach programs. How do you have things online? Do you have classroom? How do you get your education information out there?
Well, we have our email, our mailing list. We have a quarterly newsletter that goes out.
Okay.
Also, we do have our own website. All of our animals that are up for adoption are on Pet Finder. But then also we are going out there and, checking in on the ground and going out there and getting our word out. We do a lot of outreach events at Clovis Fest, Blaze Fest, Big Hat Days. We also are actually relaunching our Humane Education program, so we're going to be getting into the classrooms a lot more because that's definitely where it's at, is with the kids.
So you go to different schools.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent.
And they can come to us. I mean, we have a great facility for presentations on site where we have an education room. We can do a PowerPoint presentation, take the group on a tour of our facilities. They can pet the animals.
That's a great outing
It
for
is.
kids.
It
is.
How educational is that?
Exactly.
And I'm sure the kids just want to, I mean, if they were anything like me, I just want to pick up every animal I
Yep.
see
Yep.
and cuddle it and love
Yeah.
it. And that's fantastic. Now, tell everybody your website, first of all. I want to get all the information and repeat it as often as possible. What is your website?
It's www.valleyanimal.org. All one word.
Okay, and your phone number. do
Phone
they reach
number, well, to our administrative department, it's 559-233-8690. But there's also additional lines. We have our cat shelter, which is a direct line. That's 559-233-8554.
You have all these.
And the
Oh,
dog
okay.
shelter is 559-233-8717. That's
Okay.
to our dog shelter.
And you can
Yeah.
call any one of those numbers.
Yeah,
And we can
and
give
we'll-
you numbers.
To all the
Anywhere
different.
else.
Yeah.
But the website, you've got everything
Yes.
there. You
Oh,
can sign up
yes.
for. I get the
Definitely
newsletter.
the way to
That's
go.
how I found these
Yes.
wonderful people in the first place, and I give as often as I can. And so we're gonna be repeating those numbers
Okay,
several
great.
times
All right.
throughout the rest of the show. But I wanted to get those out now. All right. We want to talk about the changes in shelter that you have seen. This is really good. The shift in the economy. Again,
Mm-hmm.
I understand about people that have been in a great financial situation at one
Yes.
point, and they love their animals and they care, and it breaks their heart because they've lost a job and they're
Yes.
losing their home, and all these, these horrible things are happening. That's another thing that breaks my heart. I mean, they have to give. If I had to give away my dog or my cat, it would
Yeah.
be like chopping off my arm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I'm sure you see those kinds of situations. How is the economy affected?
Well, I would say, you can't always predict the future. As you were saying, you can love an animal and, something horrendous happens and you may have to give it up. And it's horrible and it's sad. And, vice versa. There are those people who are not great pet owners and they
Right.
probably should have never adopted the pet in
Right.
the first place. But, so yes, I would say with the way the economy has been in the past few years, we have seen an upsurgence in the amount of animals who have gone to animal shelters and who need new homes.
Yes.
But with that, we've also seen a great upsurgence in the amount of how people react to it. We get so many phone calls of people wanting to help animals and, they found a stray animal. What can I do to help this animal? Can I get it spayed or neutered? How can I take care of this? Can I try and find this animal a home? So I think, in a way, it's a very negative situation that people turn into a positive situation by reaching out and trying to, turn around the way things are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
Absolutely.
have anything to add to that?
Because I did a lot of hands-on work in the shelter for the past 3 years, and yeah, there was a very large, increase in the number of owners surrendered animals specifically, and it kind of made things challenging for a little while. There was definitely an increase from 07 to 08 when the housing bubble popped.
Yeah.
I was on the phone all day constantly. The other adoption counselors were, people constantly calling saying, I'm losing my home. I need you to take my pets. And, but it was something that, again, because those people were contacting our shelter and because it was becoming, such an outward issue that now it was almost like a new leaf and a new chance for people to get motivated to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're here talking to you about it today. So, that's obviously a sign.
That's
so.
and that's great. I would have you on every week if I could. I will. But okay, my bad as a host. I wanted to have Katie and Rosie bring actual animals, real live animals, so I could just sit here and pet with the animals and play with the animals. And because I've seen, that's how I adopted my cat, was because she was on the ABC lunchtime news years ago. She's fat 7-8-year-old cat now, whom I love dearly. But that's and she was on there. She was a star at a young age, and
Yeah.
I brought her home, and she's living happily ever after and clawing up my furniture. But that's okay because I love her. Okay, let's talk about donations because, in fact, we will take a break for a commercial. Believe it or not. We will wrap that up, and then we'll go to commercials. So let's talk about donations. How important are donations? Where can we send money? Go.
We receive no support from the government, so we do not get.
Thank you, government. Go ahead.
Which is fine because our supporters are so wonderful. It is, I guess, truly wonderful to see how people from the Central Valley specifically reach out. We do quite a few fundraising events through the year. We actually have a really big fundraising campaign coming up this March. It's called Pennies for Pets. It's our big annual change campaign,
Yes.
which is starting March 10th through the 31st. And it is a change campaign. We collect spare change throughout the entire month. We put on a variety of events, which people can go to valleyanimal.org to check out the schedule of events and where we'll be and how they can help. And I mean, that's how we do it. We put on these big drives. We get a lot of people such as yourself who, even if they don't have a platform like a show, they come in and they donate what they can. $1, 10 cents, it all helps.
Not everyone can be on. Not everybody can have this kind of superstardom, and I understand that. I mean, I'm just joking. I'm joking. We are going to pick up that when we come back because I know I'm going to challenge people out there. I've done this before, so we'll take a commercial break. We'll come back, and we'll pick up there. So thanks.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We have a wonderful space for lease in one of the newest buildings in the Tower District. If you've been thinking of opening a business or moving your existing business, nearly 1,200 square feet available in this beautiful Art Deco building. The Tower District is one of the most pedestrian-friendly areas in Fresno. The property we are offering is across the street from the popular Farmers Market and the Tower Market and Deli. It is surrounded by dozens of restaurants and shops of every kind that attract thousands of walking visitors all day and into the evening. The several beauty shops and tattoo parlors are not enough to meet the needs of all the area residents and visitors. There's a need for more. There are 4 stage theaters you can catch a Broadway quality show almost any night of the week. Clock shops, gift shops, jewelry shops, and bakeries make this area a popular destination. Samba Steakhouse, Fulton's Follies Antiques, and the Good Company Players Theater Group are amongst the biggest draws to the area. This is one of the last available spaces available in the Tower District and would be a great location for a phone store, an ice cream or donut shop, or any type of business that can handle lots of customers. For information, go to MikeBriggsProperties.com or call 559-486-6758. I'm the owner and CEO of Central Valley Talk. We produce live programs that broadcast 24 hours per day on the internet website, centralvalleytalk.com. If you like local talk radio, you'll love centralvalleytalk.com. You can watch our local programming on your computer or on your iPhone. This 2,400 plus square foot home is located in Northwest Fresno and is offered by Mike Briggs Properties. It's looking for a family with a housing budget of about $1,200 per month. This home is practically new. It's a large family room. It's a 2-story contemporary model with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an extra half bath. Plus, there's a loft room and an office alcove. The open floor plan has a family room, formal living, and dining room. Plus, there's a 3-car garage. The new owners can create their own paradise in this unfinished backyard. All this, and it's in the award-winning Central Unified School District. You may purchase this Fannie Mae property for as little as 3% down because it's approved for Home Path mortgage financing. And as a bonus, if you close by June the 30th, you can request 3.5% of the purchase price towards closing cost assistance. Some eligibility restrictions apply, but find out more about this and all of our properties at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Alrighty, welcome back. We have just been having fun chit-chatting, coming up with all kinds of ideas of how to help the, say it again, say the official name of the Valley
Animal Center.
Valley Animal Center. It's a
Yes.
no-kill shelter.
Yes.
Now, I want everyone to pay attention to this. I have whipped out a real $20 bill. This is not fake, okay? I don't know how you can tell. I don't have one of those little pins. But trust me, it's real. I'm going to donate this today to these lovely ladies who do such good work.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I want to challenge everybody, not just today, but every day. And they're having the pennies. What is the name of your next pennies?
The pennies for pets.
Yeah.
Pennies for Pets. Start saving your spare change. I mean, anything that you can do. Kids at school, start your kids' classrooms, maybe saving just pennies that they find, anything in a jar, and kind of put Pennies for Pets on it, and then when the time comes, they can actually donate it
Yes.
to you.
And that's actually a big part of our campaign. The school outreach is definitely vital to the Pennies for Pets campaign because it's so easy for children to be able to have that kind of a drive where they are collecting spare change. It gets their classroom together, it gets their school involved, and so it's giving both to the school and to our organization all at the same time. So
Absolutely, and it raises everybody's awareness
Yes.
of the situations and the issues that you are dealing with.
Yeah.
And that these, this is my own editorial, but my feeling is that pets, they're animals. They have no choice. They are reliant on humans
Yes.
to take care of them. And they don't have a choice to go into a home and then get ripped out of it because...
Right.
And sometimes I know it's no fault of the homeowner. I mean, it breaks their heart as
Yeah.
much as anybody else's to have to give... I'm going to... Getting a little verklempt, so I'm just, please forgive me. But this is really passionate for me, and I can't even imagine being in that situation. I would give up food and medicine before I give up my animals. Really. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take this 20 back because I'm a little short. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I do. Seriously, I challenge everybody out there. It doesn't have to be 20. It can be $1. It can be 5. It can be 50 cents. Whatever it is. Please give. Now I sound like Jerry Lewis. That's okay. Maybe that's my next calling.
Well, it all adds up. Though.
It does.
Every little bit adds up.
Absolutely. Everything, and everything's going to help.
And I mean, even if you don't have a spare dollar to donate, we take we have a wish list on our website.
Let's talk about that before.
Yes.
Let's do that. We're kind of on that topic. So talk about the things that you need on a daily basis for your shelter.
Absolutely. Well, I'll let Katie talk about that.
Bleach,
Yes.
trash bags, used blankets and towels.
Clean.
And we go through probably 12 loads of laundry every day, just in the cat shelter alone, and then over in the dog shelter, they have the same number of loads that they're doing. I mean, in one of those big, giant industrial, because we make sure that everything is cleaned and stripped down every day. They
that's
all
great.
get new blankets and towels and pillows. Everyone gets a new clean litter box. So litter pans, different things like that. Laundry detergent, dish soap. We make sure that all of the bowls and everything is all scrubbed out, every single day. Fresh, clean, all that nice stuff to make
So
a nice smell.
cat litter.
Yeah,
Go
absolutely.
to
Cat litter.
Sam's and get one of those like industrial size
Yep.
things of cat litter. Paper towels.
Yes.
Paper
Right?
towels, yes.
Paper towels.
Yeah.
Food. All of that.
Those big black garbage bags. We're always in need of
Always
garbage
in need
bags.
of
So those
garbage
33-gallon black garbage bags, if you have those extra lying around,
Heavy duty.
please.
Yes, heavy duty, please.
Every time you buy new towels for your bathroom
Yeah.
or for your kitchen, take the old towels, wash them in bleach, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay. And then box them up. What a great use
Right.
of things that you would dearly love.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And again, where can they find those wish lists? On your website, which is?
valleyanimal.org.
Yes.
So easy, valleyanimal.org. Okay. So, one of the questions that you wanted to talk about was how can the Valley, people in the Valley are such great people and they're always willing to help and lend a hand, but how do we eliminate this overpopulation problem? If there's anything else to add, or we can go on to another question.
Well, right now, the Central Valley, we have the third highest euthanasia rate in the entire country.
Oh my God!
So it's
Why?
kind of a big problem to tackle. Well, there's several aspects to it. First, there's the education and awareness that we talked about earlier. Also, the climate here is very different. As opposed to places in the Midwest where it freezes and snows, the Valley doesn't have that. So
Right.
we have animals that are reproducing
All the
constantly
time.
throughout the year. Also, there's not as many freezing temperatures, so the litters that they are having are surviving, which isn't the case for animals out in the Midwest. I mean, in the Midwest, there's a kitten shortage.
Really?
Yes, in the Midwest, there's kitten shortages. There's just not enough kittens. Kittens are in demand, and here in the Central Valley, in Fresno especially, where
Can you send them?
Some shelters do
Really?
that.
Okay.
There are national campaigns that will ship animals.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a really nice system. It works out very well. And the other thing that also adds to the issue is that just the culture and the lifestyle it is here, more rural lifestyle, less spaying and neutering is going on, and also the melting pot of cultures that we have. It's just a bunch of different cultures coming together, and everyone kind of has their own idea of proper pet ownership, and it's kind of creating just this whole gel of a problem with the climate and with a lack of education all together mixing in. And then again, of course, like you had mentioned earlier, it really just boils down to spaying and neutering and
being
responsible pet
Being
ownership.
responsible.
And a lack of education.
Yeah.
That's something that we're trying to combat. That's part of our mission, is to educate the general public in any way that we can why you have to spay and neuter. Not just do it because you don't want your cat to have kittens.
You would think that it would be, a given, but I guess not.
Yeah. We have these great diagrams in our shelters that we should have brought it for you, but it actually highlights how many cats are produced over a period of years.
Yeah.
You know what? Send that to me, and when we do, we talked about this, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt, but
it's
go
just
ahead.
if you have two unaltered cats, after a period of 9 years, I believe it's they would have produced in the range of 11,000 descendants.
Over 11 million.
What did I say? How many years?
Over 9 years.
Yes.
It's 11 million.
5 years was 11,000.
Yes.
And then and then you go up to 11 million.
Yes.
So it's mind blowing, and that's something I didn't know.
I
didn't know.
I can't believe that.
I thought I knew a lot.
What's even crazy about that math? That's only counting if an average of 2 kittens per litter survive.
Yeah. And here
Which-
we have even
What's an
more.
average?
here-
What's an average litter?
6. 6 to 7 is an average litter for a Central Valley cat.
So imagine your one cat that you don't spay or neuter meets another cat that's not spayed or neutered. Maybe you get them spayed or neutered down the road, but they're already on the road to producing thousands and then millions of cats. Who wants to? Can any of us take in millions of cats? I mean, there's
and then
really,
sending them to college and making sure they're set up. I mean, my God. I mean, it's just astronomical, the money.
So the answer is really preventing.
And I'm not making light of this, but I mean, that number just really knocks me off my chair.
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe that.
It's a really powerful tool for us to use, and especially in its visual form when we have this little cutout here that we should have brought.
That's all right.
When you see that, it's something that I was stunned when I saw it when I came to work for the shelter.
It is
No
mind-boggling.
idea. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yep.
Well, one of the things we talked about on the break, and I want to get this in because we're already running out of time, Katie and Rosie have agreed, and we thought this was a great spot as a regular Monday part of my show at the top of the hour. We will show a kitty and a puppy, or a dog and a cat if they're older or whatever, because they're not just puppies and kittens. Our featured dog and cat of the week. And with the phone number, and I would love for you to send me a copy of that poster so we can kind of really emphasize how vitally important this is. Okay, and then we're going to make that a featured part of, and then I'm going to talk about upcoming events like the Pennies for Pets and anything else that they send my way. I'm going to promise that I'm going to keep the word out there so we can keep the noise level up on this. So, because it is so important. Okay, we talked about upcoming events, and where is that going to be held? The Pennies for Pets.
all over Fresno.
All over. Okay.
We will actually have volunteers hitting the streets. So we haven't named our locations yet. We'll do that pretty soon. So either on the website, if they join our mailing list, we will get the information out there.
Okay.
So I would definitely check valleyanimal.org. In the coming months, especially prior to March 10th, we'll have a big kickoff event. We'll finish off with a big event. I know we'll have our mobile adoption unit out and about. So if anybody is interested in adopting a pet and they can't quite make it to our shelter, we'll bring the pets to them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
about how much does it cost to take a pet home? They come and they say, "Oh, I've got to have this How much?
Our dogs are adoptable for $175,
Okay.
but that includes the spay and neuter, the
Okay.
vaccinations, flea treatment, deworming. You get free food when you take the animal
Chipping?
home. Microchipping, yes, and that includes the registration because the microchips that we use, they are not. You don't have to pay to register them the first time. So it includes all the microchipping, and then also you get a pet portfolio when you take them home. So.
That is one hell of a deal to take. I mean, oh my gosh, they're ready.
Yeah, they are ready to go. And if you were to have all that done for your animal through a private practice veterinarian, it would probably cost you, I mean, for a dog, it would cost you, close to over $400. And then we have our cats. Our cats and kittens, they're adoptable, all that same special stuff in their package for $85. But throughout the year, we actually have a lot of promotions for our adult cats, which are 6 months and up. We actually have a chance to lower their adoption fees frequently throughout the year. We just got done doing a Home for the Holidays December dollar a days, which was for every day that you came in. It was December 1st, it was $1. December 2nd is $2.
Great idea.
Yeah,
That's
so
a great idea.
it was really successful. It really increased our adult cat adoptions, which are some of the least adoptable animals in a shelter.
I bet the older animals are kind of like, at least they have companionship.
Yes.
When they're there,
Yes.
and they're never going to be, put asunder.
Yeah.
So that's good, but they
Yeah.
are.
And I'll just mention really
Yeah,
quickly
please
if I
do.
can. We have a special on dogs right now that we have a Merrier Terrier special. So
Yes.
some of our Terrier mixes, most of our Terriers and Terrier mixes are only $25 to adopt with
Yes.
vaccines, everything that Katie
It's all
named.
The
included.
whole
For
thing.
Yeah.
$25.
So you get all those upgrades,
Right.
not the basic model.
No,
It's
Right.
just-
and they are wonderful dogs. They're full of life. We have puppies and adults that are available. They're just
Yes.
some of our dogs that have been in the shelter for a while,
and
they
you can
really
help
need to
people
find a home.
find a good, like if they're elderly and
Yeah.
they don't, they can't
Yes.
get out, they just want a companion, a
Absolutely.
quieter
Right.
dog,
Absolutely.
or
Right.
yeah,
So
exactly.
we have a list of terriers available right now until January 31st. They're only $25.
Yes.
$25.
So that is
okay.
a bargain.
Yes.
Well, believe it or not, we are at the end of our segment. I want to thank so much Katie Dezso and Rosie Davenport from the Valley Animal. I don't know why I have such trouble with this. Valley Animal Center. It's a no-kill shelter. I want to thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us on.
I wish that could be 100 times that much, but put
Every
it to
little
good
bit
use.
adds up.
Absolutely. And again, I challenge you to send the dollars in, go to the website, and help these guys out. Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
coming in.
much for having us on.
Has your air conditioner gone kaput? Has your car electrical gone haywire? Well, Alpha Auto Air is the solution to all of your problems. Alpha Auto Air specializes in air conditioning, service and repair, auto electric, heater, and defroster repair. Call Alpha Auto Air today. 559-485-8832. That's 559-485-8832.
Fat Man's Alley, Hungry Howie's, and Scoops Ice Cream. Tower Health Food, Samba Steakhouse, Mike Briggs Properties. There's Tower Market, Farmers Market too. Kuka's and Landmark, Mr. Sushi for you. Chicken Pie Shop, Fulton's Pulley, Palomino's, Spinner's Records, Tower Bike Shop, Irene's To Go, Bobby Sal's Restaurant, The Perfect Blend and Million Elephant, H&R Block, Starbucks Coffee, Piemonte's, Roger Rocca's Dinner Theater, The Second Space, Tower Tattoos, La Tienda, Me and Ed's is the place, International Furniture, The Review Cafe, Teasers World Tea Market, Long Oak knows the way, Typhoon Restaurant, The Game Preserve, and B of A, Sequoia Brewing, Russo Restaurant, tower clocks today. Come to the tower, there's so much fun for everyone. Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun?
If you live in the Tower District and you're a renter, it's time to be a buyer. We'll tell you how to become a home owner. We'll help you get qualified. We'll help you get a loan, and you will cut your monthly housing costs by quite a bit. Call us up, 486-6758. I'm the owner and CEO of Central Valley Talk. We produce live programs that broadcast 24 hours per day on the internet website, centralvalleytalk.com. If you like local talk radio, you'll love centralvalleytalk.com. You can watch our local programming on your computer or on your iPhone.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Okay, welcome back. I did not even have a chance to introduce my next guest, but I will do that now. His name is Paul Watson, and he is a super fit. He has his website is elitephysicaltraining.com, and he's a personal trainer.
Yep.
And he looks it. I mean,
Well, thanks.
there's no question. Walking down the street, you can tell that this guy you don't want to mess with. Okay, so Paul, we were talking during the little break there
Yep.
about it's January. How many people do you get? Because I always see this surge at the gym,
Yeah.
like in January. It's like
Right.
you can't find a machine, and then little by little, people
Yep.
start falling away. What do you see in January?
Well, certainly a lot of people are enthusiastic with the New Year's resolution
Right.
concept, and that's great. And what I try to do is really capitalize on that, and get folks to realize that if this is a big goal of yours, then we need to make big commitments to that. And so that is probably going to involve changing not only lifestyle with exercise and making a commitment, but also nutrition. And nutrition is so important for really anybody's plan, whether you're trying to get lean and tone, or whether you're trying to put on some muscle, or even some athletic event. Nutrition really plays a fundamental role. So I really incorporate that and use that enthusiasm for this New Year's resolution to have them make this big change.
Isn't it a lifestyle change?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it really
not
is.
just for a year or 6
Right,
months or
yeah,
whatever. It's-
exactly. Or it's not even like for the 6 weeks.
Exactly,
I've
right.
got this big goal, which a lot of I do see. But we really what I find to be most successful with folks is having a little bit shift in the thinking that it's not so much for just a short term, but really let's make it a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to me, that's easier concept than, oh God, I got to eat more vegetables and I can't,
Right.
I mean, everything in moderation, correct?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, or one of you, are you one of the
No.
trainers that say, cut out all sugar forever, all flour,
No.
or processed? No?
No, I think first of all, everyone's different,
Right.
and so with what I found to be successful is when somebody comes to me is looking at that individual person as an individual,
Right.
and their unique situation, and try to go from there. See how we can make changes for them and their specific situation with regards to not only their diet, their schedule, and also incorporating the diet aspects with their situation so it's realistic and practical, not a pie in the sky kind of. It's just something that's looks good on paper, but has probably a zero chance of really succeeding long term.
Right. Can any guy end up looking like you?
Anybody can look even better than me.
Well,
depends.
I don't want to look like you.
Yeah.
I don't want arms like this.
Okay, well you have different goals.
Okay, good. Different
Right.
goals, right? Men
So
right.
what would be your goals?
Just to look good naked. That's
Okay.
all. That's all I want.
And that's what everybody's. that's the bottom line. And so to your your other question, can anybody look buffed, which are ripped or lean,
Shredded.
Sure, it does depend on, what are your availability for training, your commitment, your time availability, and then that's where really what we try to do is focus on making a realistic impact
Okay.
based on your situation. How often can you train, and then incorporating that really effective meal planning suggestions, and the training is definitely going to be pretty good.
I want to take this very seriously because, we just talked about pets, which is a passion of mine, but also it's extremely bothersome to me to see the obesity rate.
Oh my gosh,
in America,
it's so bad. I mean,
and the diabetics and the heart problems.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all diet. A lot of it is diet
Yeah,
related.
well, it is. It's all of these things: diet, physical activity. We're most of us are working professionals or even stay-at-home moms. You're super busy with kids, and that's really where the challenges are. Everybody thinks I have no time. That's the thing I hear, for years.
And
I've
don't
been
you
a-
just want to smack those
Well,
people and say, yes, you do have time. You have to make
yeah,
time.
you do, and right. And I've been a trainer now for almost 15 years.
Wow,
So
that's great.
I've seen a lot, and I've heard the same things. If there's a constant theme, it's where do I find the time? And so that's where we gotta figure out how do you make time, and then at the same time, make your workouts really effective.
Right.
And so they don't need to be these incredibly long marathon workouts. Who
Right.
has time to work out like 2 hours or even an hour and a half? We need to make your workouts effective and also inspire you to make that commitment, whether it's 30 minutes, even 20 minutes, to come in, put aside that time to work out, and give yourself to that workout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the long-term goals. I
Right.
mean, even the short-term goals.
Mhm.
It doesn't. Would you say? Okay, I don't want to. You're the expert, but don't those like diabetes? Doesn't
Right.
that turn around rather quickly? Or it can if you start eating better and if you start exercising, even slightly, is better than nothing.
Oh, of course.
But
yeah.
you can turn a lot of those cases around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure. There's no question about it.
Who would
So.
want to be a diabetic?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
if you could do something about it.
Well, again, it goes back to their challenges, which are I don't have the time. Where am I going to find the time? I work. I've got kids. I've got other family obligations, and then I want to have my movie night or something. So it's like okay, I totally understand that, and that's where we got to find. I got to inspire you to make that time.
And I believe that you could. I mean, you really have, I can already tell, you're not like banging people over the head to follow. I mean, you
No.
really custom make
Yeah.
a program for an
Right.
individual.
Yes, I
And
do.
that's so critically important.
It really is. Of course, anything is better than just sitting on the couch. But
Right.
to be truly effective, a professional needs to look at your situation, your background, of course, your goals, and make a program that's going to be realistic, challenging, but really effective. So, it's for what I do. I pride myself on really looking at the individual and customizing.
Okay, customize. That's the key.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help separate just some program to a really effective one, and one I'm really proud that I've been able to help.
Where's your studio? I want to get to that.
I train folks out of the River Park area. It's a gym called Fort Washington Fitness.
Okay, I think most
Yeah.
of us know where that is, or they can certainly find it.
Right.
And you're always available on the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
always there, right?
And I have a busy schedule here in the beginning of the year, but some of the things that we also do with when somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I'm interested in, how can you help me?" Of course, I ask them, "What are your goals?" And then the biggest thing with me is it needs to be a comprehensive program. So it's not just about, okay, hey, we're going to work out. Even if it's some great, killer workout, there's more to success than just some kick-ass workout.
Right.
There does need to be that nutrition aspect. So we do start with, of course, the customized training that is going to be specific for you, your background, as we were talking about. But then we do get into a full nutritional plan specifically for you and nutritional coaching. So I am really focusing on helping you, and that goes into the other 2 points, and that is support through the week, because a lot of times this can be difficult for folks. Sticking with the program can certainly be difficult and challenging. So that support through the week, even when they're not training with me, they hear from me every day, just to check in with them, make sure they don't have questions, or to also just the accountability aspect. Paul is going to be calling.
Right.
Oh crap!
Oh no!
Right,
Oh,
you know.
God.
And then I also write up workouts for them, even when they're not with me, so that I am just not saying, "Hey, you know, have a great weekend," or "I'll see you next Monday."
Right.
Gee, I hope you do something.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, when are you going to work out? We identify that early on. What is your realistic availability for training, whether it's with me or on your own? But let's identify that. Okay. So you're going to work out 4 days a week. Okay, great. You want to work out with me 2 days? Okay, that's cool. Well, you know what? Those other 2 days, you're going to be committed to, and I'm going to make sure you're committed to. And I'm not just going to hope you do something. I'm going to write those workouts up for you. And through daily contact, make sure you're following through on the nutrition plan. And, of course, doing that workout that we talked about, getting the feedback, and then, like I said, even that accountability aspect. And then the last aspect is a huge amount of education, which I really try to bring to, you know, the clients, because this should be a lifelong thing. And just, I'll add real quick, one of the basic fundamental things, I should say, with me is helping my clients understand that you are your own personal trainer, or you need to be. Only you are going to be, you know, with you for the rest of your life.
Exactly, that's right.
So you're not going to have me for the rest of your life. And any trainer that is trying to get their clients to focus on renewing with them instead of educating them, I don't think is doing their client their proper service. So I really bring that education with them so that they can become not only incredibly fit with the training with me, but also self-sufficient through life on their own to do this, you know, ongoing without me.
Right. Now, I don't know, I'm sure I'm not the only one in this category, but I'll just be really gung-ho for a few months, and then I'll start to get busy with other things.
Sure.
My diet will go to hell, and then all of a sudden I've got this, like, little muffin top growing. I'm going, oh, God! You know, where did that come from? So I, you know, go into hyper, you know, fix this mode, and then I, you know, just go on starvation diet, which I'm sure that
it's so horrible.
I know
for
it
you
is.
long term. Why is it
No,
bad
it
for you
is.
though?
What's that?
Why?
Why? Because your metabolism gets all out of whack.
Yeah, it not only out of whack. What it specifically is, it's slowing down.
Yes.
And that what you described is probably the number one thing that I've seen, especially with female clients.
I'm not surprised.
Is the, you know, I'm going to starve myself
Right.
to death. And you know what? You're going to be successful for a very short period of
Right.
time. You're going to drop 5, 10, 20 pounds even over the course of 6 months or a year, or, you know, maybe even a shorter period. But ultimately, you will gain that back, and then some, because now your metabolism has slowed down even further.
Yep.
So the starvation mode or technique
is the worst.
Exactly.
It's got to
really,
be the worst, yeah.
really is. So.
And I know that.
Yeah.
And I was a nurse.
Okay.
I know this, but still, you just get
Right.
into that. Like over the holiday, we're gonna break. I want you to stay
Oh,
for the
okay.
rest of the
Cool.
time,
Well,
okay?
thanks.
Because I have a lot more
Okay.
to talk about with
Okay.
you. But we're going to take a break in a minute. I want to talk about your fees, kind of like
Okay.
your range of fees.
Sure.
And I want to talk about your skin, because he's got great skin. And I'm an esthetician.
Okay.
And a healthy diet, I would bet
Uh-huh.
90%, probably a lot of genetics.
Probably not.
No, but a
think
healthy
so.
diet. I mean, he just glows, and that's a huge
thanks.
benefit
Okay.
to a healthy diet. So,
Yes. Yeah.
are we ready for a break? Kind of. Okay, so we're going to take a break. We're going to be back with Paul in just a minute or two. Okay, thanks.
All right.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We have a wonderful space for lease in one of the newest buildings in the Tower District. If you've been thinking of opening a business or moving your existing business, nearly 1,200 square feet available in this beautiful Art Deco building. The Tower District is one of the most pedestrian-friendly areas in Fresno. The property we are offering is across the street from the popular Farmers Market and the Tower Market and Deli. It is surrounded by dozens of restaurants and shops of every kind that attract thousands of walking visitors all day and into the evening. The several beauty shops and tattoo parlors are not enough to meet the needs of all the area residents and visitors. There's a need for more. There are 4 stage theaters you can catch a Broadway quality show almost any night of the week. Clock shops, gift shops, jewelry shops, and bakeries make this area a popular destination. Samba Steakhouse, Fulton's Follies Antiques, and the Good Company Players Theater Group are amongst the biggest draws to the area. This is one of the last available spaces available in the Tower District and would be a great location for a phone store, an ice cream or donut shop, or any type of business that can handle lots of customers. For information, go to MikeBriggsProperties.com or call 559-486-6758. I'm the owner and CEO of Central Valley Talk. We produce live programs that broadcast 24 hours per day on the internet website, centralvalleytalk.com. If you like local talk radio, you'll love centralvalleytalk.com. You can watch our local programming on your computer or on your iPhone. This 2,400 plus square foot home is located northwest Fresno and is offered by Mike Briggs Properties. It's looking for a family with a housing budget of about $1,200 per month. This home is practically new. It's a large family room. It's a 2-story contemporary model with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an extra half bath. Plus, there's a loft room and an office alcove. The open floor plan has a family room, formal living, and dining room. Plus, there's a 3-car garage. The new owners can create their own paradise in this unfinished backyard. All this, and it's in the award-winning Central Unified School District. You may purchase this Fannie Mae property for as little as 3% down because it's approved for Home Path mortgage financing. And as a bonus, if you close by June the 30th, you can request 3.5% of the purchase price towards closing cost assistance. Some eligibility restrictions apply, but find out more about this and all of our properties at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com.
Okay, so we were back, and Paul and I are just like throwing all these ideas around and going, oh, you got to do this, and you got to come out with a DVD, and
I know.
and of course it's resources and money. But I did want to say, I don't know how old you are, it's really irrelevant, but your skin, from a professional point of view, because like I said, I am a medical esthetician, and obviously you don't have any makeup on or anything like that.
No.
You absolutely glow.
Oh,
He's got
thanks.
the nicest, just healthy
You know, a lot of
skin.
water.
Lots of
A
water.
lot of water. Water is fundamentally important for so many things in your body.
And why is that, Paul? Because our bodies are made of
70% water. But, you know, just in terms of why, you know, in a realistic, tangible thing, energy. If somebody is dragging through the day, and at the end of the day, if they are just excessively tired, one of the first things I'll ask them is, you know, how much water have you drank today?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I guess not much. You know, I don't know. You know what? And what it comes out to is like maybe 20 ounces of water. Your body needs far more than that. Basically, as a rule of thumb, you want to be having half of your body weight in ounces of water.
half your body weight.
Right. So a 120-pound gal,
Uh-huh.
that's 60 ounces of water as a
Oh, 60. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
half of your right. So that's as a base rule of thumb. If you're exercising more, hot weather as we have here in the Central Valley
In January.
but no, still in July it is super hot.
It is super hot,
What are
yeah.
we talking about here? 100 plus day
Yep.
after day. But so water is critically important for the energy in your cells. Now the thing is, it is so subtle. You don't recognize that that's the reason why. It happens over hours.
Wow.
So by the end of the day, you have no idea why you're tired and exhausted and just dragging your butt. But it's because probably you're partially dehydrated.
Right.
And then the second thing is headaches. A major cause, a major
Symptom?
Right, symptom. Thank you,
Uh-huh.
of just being mildly dehydrated. So I always preach. I am like the water Nazi apparently, as I'm getting labeled
Very good.
from my clientele. But yeah, water is critically important.
I love
And I think
water.
it does help your skin. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
With complexion.
What do you say to the guys or women who say, well, I'll just have push back a few beers, nice ice cold beers on a really hot day? How healthy is that?
It's not healthy, but there's a zillion things.
Oh,
that
to
aren't
get my
healthy.
water content, to get my hydration.
Oh, yeah.
That's what, I forgot that key point.
Well, yeah. I've heard. Well, the big one is coffee.
Oh, coffee. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
I got my water through coffee. Caffeine is a diuretic. So
Which
that's
is
actually
dehydrating.
right, dehydrating you.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You need pure water, and a lot of people I just don't like the taste of water. Okay, you know what? It's your choice.
Right.
Everything in life is your choice. So you have choices to make. It's a priority or it's not a priority.
Right.
I'm just telling you the facts. Water is fundamentally important for your health long term, and also for that particular day.
Absolutely.
So when you're a client of mine, you come on board. You're filling out your diet journal, and I am reviewing that, and there is a spot there for your daily water intake.
You really are participating in
Yeah.
your clients.
I'm not your typical trainer. It's not a drive-through. It is really a full-service, all-inclusive type of program that I try to make because, I come from a family that's not very healthy, and
Really? Okay.
and that is one of the things that has always inspired me to go into this and have an impact and help folks. It needs to be, more than just we're going to work out and
Right,
whatnot.
and then see you
right,
next
exactly.
time.
So it is instead. It's okay. Well, what are your goals? And now let's look at your life.
Yeah.
So how are we going to make your goals happen? Well, there's a lot of moving pieces, and we're going to put them all together.
We have so many more things. We had talked about on the break. I can't even believe the time is almost up. But quickly,
Okay.
talk about all the crap infomercials
Oh
and
my
all the
gosh.
gadgets
Okay,
and all the
please.
things that
Let
I
me
have
just-
to buy.
Let me just stop.
Stop the madness!
Don't buy anymore.
Don't buy anymore.
It is so nonsense. I just saw one over the weekend.
Oh, please tell
Lose
us.
7 pounds in 7 days. And it's so nonsense because, first of all, do you know how many calories are in a pound of fat?
In a pound of fat, I do not.
3,500 calories. Okay, you're not gonna, burn 3,500 calories doing some ab rocker thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
the next thing is there is no spot reduction. That is a whole fallacy nonsense.
Okay.
So you're going to do a zillion crunches. Guess what? It ain't helping you lose an ounce of fat right there at all. Now, it's strengthening your abs, which is nice.
Yeah.
But it's not getting rid of any of that fat. That is complete nonsense. What is going to get rid of the fat, if you have it there,
And I do.
okay, if you do, is proper eating.
Which
Is
would be what? What's a
diet that consists of high quality protein, lots of fiber, low sugar.
Where's a great place for people to get fiber? And just in case they don't know.
Vegetables. You're talking about green beans, broccoli,
The darker the
asparagus.
green, I was told, the healthier it is.
Well, the darker the green, the more vitamins and antioxidants are going to be in there, so
Okay.
you're getting that health benefit.
Right.
But just in terms specifically of how it's going to impact your weight loss, that doesn't really matter so much. And the reason why vegetables help your fat loss is because the issue is blood sugar.
Okay.
Blood sugar is one of the biggest things that affect your hormone to insulin to store body fat.
Okay.
And we need a stabilized blood sugar level in your body. Vegetables help control your blood sugar,
Okay.
along with the presence of fiber. So in a nutshell, vegetables and fiber.
I'm going to have Paul back. There's just no way we can get all this in. I mean, he was going to come on for 15 minutes, and I just, you got to stay for another 50. I want to thank Paul Watson, and again, his website is, I'm going to get this right, elitephysicaltraining.com. Your phone number is?
559-210-0121.
Okay, and you train out at Fort Washington?
Yep, Fort Washington Fitness up in the River Park area.
Okay. I want to thank all my guests, but in the time we have remaining, just a few tips. What can everybody do right now today to help get them on the road to health?
Number one is plan your day. Okay, so I'm not going to say, oh, do this, silly exercise or do this great exercise even. I got a zillion outstanding exercise moves, but really plan your day. If you plan your day, you're going to, first of all, if you make a priority to exercise, well, okay, yeah, I'm going to plan for that. I'm going to plan my meals. Okay, so this is where we get into making this plan work for you. It goes into the education as well, not just about what and why we're doing it, but helping you understand even how to plan. So plan your day, drink water, and make a commitment.
And again, I'm going to ask you to come back for a full hour because I think that your health, there's people,
Right.
there's nothing better than being healthy and having energy, and you have kids and family and friends.
Exactly. So it's not even just about you, it's about your family.
Not. Absolutely.
That's one of the things I always preach is really it's not just about you or some vain aspect, oh, I want to look, this or that. And there's nothing wrong with trying to look good.
No,
but,
not at all.
It goes so much beyond just that.
Absolutely.
It really does impact your family and feeling super strong and energetic from having a consistent, routine.
And not to mention, with the fiber, you decrease the colon cancers
Absolutely.
and all of those things
oh my
too.
God.
So
the list is on.
It's endless. Exactly. And I want to thank you so much. I mean, this was fun.
Pleasure.
It was kind of disjointed, but there was just so much information. I have ADD so bad. It's like I mention one thing and I want to talk about that and bouncing back and forth. But thank you so much, and please come back again and help us.
All right.
Okay, I
You got
really
it.
appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning into Voice of the Valley. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Mike Briggs from Mike Briggs Properties. We have a wonderful space for lease in one of the newest buildings in the Tower District. If you've been thinking of opening a business or moving your existing business, nearly 1,200 square feet available in this beautiful Art Deco building. The Tower District is one of the most pedestrian-friendly areas in Fresno. The property we are offering is across the street from the popular Farmers Market and the Tower Market and Deli. It is surrounded by dozens of restaurants and shops of every kind that attract thousands of walking visitors all day and into the evening. The several beauty shops and tattoo parlors are not enough to meet the needs of all the area residents and visitors. There's a need for more. There are 4 stage theaters you can catch a Broadway quality show almost any night of the week. Clock shops, gift shops, jewelry shops, and bakeries make this area a popular destination. Samba Steakhouse, Fulton's Follies Antiques, and the Good Company Players Theater Group are amongst the biggest draws to the area. This is one of the last available spaces available in the Tower District and would be a great location for a phone store, an ice cream or donut shop, or any type of business that can handle lots of customers. For information, go to MikeBriggsProperties.com or call 559-486-6758. I'm the owner and CEO of Central Valley Talk. We produce live programs that broadcast 24 hours per day on the internet website, centralvalleytalk.com. If you like local talk radio, you'll love centralvalleytalk.com. You can watch our local programming on your computer or on your iPhone. This 2,400 plus square foot home is located in northwest Fresno and is offered by Mike Briggs Properties. It's looking for a family with a housing budget of about $1,200 per month. This home is practically new. It's a large family room. It's a 2-story contemporary model with 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, plus an extra half bath. Plus, there's a loft room and an office alcove. The open floor plan has a family room, formal living, and dining room. Plus, there's a 3-car garage. The new owners can create their own paradise in this unfinished backyard. All this, and it's in the award-winning Central Unified School District. You may purchase this Fannie Mae property for as little as 3% down because it's approved for Home Path mortgage financing. And as a bonus, if you close by June the 30th, you can request 3.5% of the purchase price towards closing cost assistance. Some eligibility restrictions apply, but find out more about this and all of our properties at MikeBriggsProperties.com.
CentralValleyTalk.com